This brief video will teach you how to find trade and popular sources for your research projects. Though you may not be used to the term popular sources, you are likely already familiar with this kind of content. Popular sources include magazine and newspaper articles like those you may have read in the New York Times, Psychology Today, or Sports Illustrated. Popular sources are not peer-reviewed. Here are some easy ways to tell if an article is from a popular source. The article is written by a professional journalist. The article is written for a general audience in easy-to-understand language. The article is brief and likely includes colorful pictures or graphics. The magazine includes general advertising in addition to article content. Trade publications are sources specific to a certain industry or field. You are unlikely to have encountered these sources outside of a professional setting. Trade publications include things like Education Digest, Supply Chain Management Review, or American Nurse. Some trade publications may be peer-reviewed, but they would still not be considered scholarly. Here are some easy ways to tell if an article is from a trade publication. The article is written by an industry professional, not a journalist. The article is written for professionals and includes jargon or industry-specific language. The article is brief and focuses on industry news, career, and convention information. The focus is on the commercial side of an industry rather than the scholarly side. The publication may include industry-specific advertising. Popular sources and trade publications are easy to find, but can be difficult to access. When you search the web, you are likely to get a lot of popular sources as results. For example, when I search for challenges nursing staffing, I get lots of hits from magazines and newspapers. However, not all these results are free to access. When I try to read this New York Times article, for example, I hit a paywall. Luckily, the Wayne State University library system subscribes to many trade and popular publications, so you don't have to. To easily find trade and popular sources for your research, start by navigating to Summon from the library homepage. First, enter your search term. Then, on the results page, filter your results by content type. Choose trade publication article, magazine articles, or newspaper articles, depending on what you're looking for. When you access these sources through Summon, you bypass the paywall and are able to read the full text online. Unlike scholarly sources, trade and popular sources are not always peer-reviewed, meaning the articles in those sources do not undergo the same rigorous verification process. When using trade and popular articles, it is especially important to consider the reliability and credibility of your sources. Reliability is about consistency and quality. To determine whether your source is reliable, consider the following. Does this source have a long history of publication? Is the source transparent about its funding and organizational structure? Reliable sources should have a full description of their publication in an online About Us page. Is the author of this article credentialed? Do they regularly publish in recognized sources? Google the author's name and see what information you can find about them. Credibility is about the accuracy of the content. To evaluate sources for credibility, consider the following. Are claims backed up with sources and evidence? Is the article strongly biased? For example, a trade publication like Chemical Week may not discuss environmental hazards associated with topics being reported. This video has explained how to find and evaluate trade and popular articles. These sources can be a valuable contribution to your research. Still need help? Librarians are available via chat, email, or by appointment.